The AWP is a vital part of D-Train, one of the most long-distance map in the map pool. Besides the AWP, from Starix, Markelov, Freeze, and Carrigan, what other roles is going to be pivotal for this game? We talk about in-game leader, for example. How important is tactics on D-Train?
I would say it's very important, actually, because from what I've seen, this tournament, Fnatic has been adjusting a bit, playing a lot slower than they had before, utilizing the AWPs in a better way than they've been doing before. So I think they finally found the rhythm with their new Danish players, and I'm really excited to see this matchup.
Okay, so you having a background as AWP, you've been a player for 10 years, winning so many titles. You played all the historical snipers on these planets, basically. You even faced Markelov, you play against Carrigan, you play against Freeze. What differs them? Like, who are you most afraid going into an AWP duel against?
It depends on their actual form for the tournaments, but I would say Markelov has been the best for a while now. So Markelov, I would say. Yeah.
All right, it seems like we're going to have the knife round coming up. So do we have any Fnatic fans in the audience? And what about any Ukrainians or Navi fans? Also very blue and yellowish color. Any Navi fans in the audience of Dream Arena Extreme? A few. Harley, you keep on with the knife round. Is it important to D-Train?
Yeah, it's very important to start a CT, I think, to get a good start. CT is obviously the better side here on Train, but yeah, it looks like Navi. Oh, now it's a 2 versus 2.
Freeze being really sharp with his knives, obviously. The Danish knife. Let's see who's going to win this. Freeze takes down his 4 knife kill. It's rarely you see that. So I am not surprised if Fnatic Raycall here is going to begin as CT. What do you think about that? They are, right?
Yeah, they are. And I think it's really hard as T on this map to win the pistol round because it's so long distance. And
so what do you have to do to counter that? You have long distances, USP, the CT pistol is favorable in long distance, obviously, and more powerful. Glock 18 is not perfect in long distance. It's very low damage as well. Would you go for USPs? Would you go for Deagles? How would you approach this if you were Starix, the in-game leader of Navi right now?
It depends. I think if you get good spawns, you can go for Glock Rush and just like stack, go 5 alley or whatever, like 4 alley and 1 main. And if you get bad spawns, I think, yeah, it's probably better to drop USPs to, I don't know, maybe Starix.
Yeah, I remember when we used to play, I always was the poor one dropping a USP to you, so I ran around on Train like a maniac without any armor, without any pistol really, where you were the super aggressive guy, picking up 1, 2, 3 guys in the CT team and winning the rounds for us. So how important is it to get the actual frag with those pistols? It seems to be very, obviously it's very important, right?
Yeah, it's the USPs. If you get it like USP drop to UST, you're the one, like, you have to do damage. You have to take your frags.
It's your job to win the round, basically.
Yeah, basically, because you will have other guys with Glock and no armor, which is not very good on long distance. You die pretty fast.
At the same time, we're seeing Fnatic finishing off the team talk a bit quicker than the Ukrainians. They are a very vocal team. Ukrainians, they shout a lot, they talk a lot, they're very emotional. Fnatic coming in with a lot of confidence, winning Swedish Championship yesterday after a 2-1 game against SK. Not a bit surprising, to be honest, because Fnatic, including ourselves, we haven't been able to overcome the Swedish Titans, Shirt Commando, with Forrest, Get Right, Robban, and those guys. So you feel that like this is a new era coming up for Fnatic 2012?
Yeah, maybe. I think they've practiced a lot from what I've heard before this tournament. And I mean, I think they prepared better than SK from what I've heard when I talked to Delpan. He said they didn't play enough before this tournament for some reason.
And we see how that went.
Yeah, so I think Fnatic is really motivated to do a good result here. Yeah. And they started off good in the Swedish Championship, so...
I think if you look like different between SK and Fnatic, we probably like talent-wise, skill-wise, if you compare those teams, SK might be stronger than Fnatic, right?
I think it's pretty even nowadays.
Pretty even now. When you and me stop, right, it's more even. Yeah. Anyway, we're about to go live. Feel the hype. Second match of Dreamhack Summer 2012 Counter-Strike Final. Fnatic versus Navi. Sweden versus Ukraine. Are we ready? Pistol coming up, of course. Fnatic Raycall starting as CT after winning a successful knife round. Freeze getting 4 kills. That doesn't matter now. It's 0-0. May the best team will. win. You continue, Holly.
Yeah, and it looks like there's some issues because Carrigan...
Maybe they didn't get the proper response, so they want another restart. We've seen that before.
I don't think it matters as much in a CT, though. So we'll see here.
So who do you reckon are going to get the USPs or the Deagles here in the Na'Vi? Or are they going to keep Glocks?
We'll see. We don't want to talk too much about the round, I guess. It's better to talk from a CD perspective because I think they can hear us down there, so we have to be careful not to ruin this game.
Pistol is shortly starting here. Seen Fnatic players spraying out on yard. We've seen this pistol round before.
Yeah, versus... Yeah,
Exist picking up the first frag of the map.
And Edward had a USP, so that's huge. Now he spots a guy outside the 6th train.
Freeze connecting well with the USP, getting the 2nd frag, 4th frag, 5th frag. Fnatic wins the pistol round. And even more importantly, Na'Vi didn't get any kill, they didn't get any bomb, so they're in a very, very poor money situation now. $1,400 equal to 1 Deagle, 1 armor per player, or if you want to go for grenades. So most likely an eco round here, we will see about that.
Yeah, and really good round from Fnatic, well executed. Exist came up huge, winning that first duel of the round. And now we see Na'Vi with Glocks just waiting it out a bit. In Fnatic, we have Modi and Freeze in the B2 side. Freeze spots a guy there.
Yeah, we see Freeze still sticking on the USP, and this is because he wants to save for AWP, obviously. B attack coming in. Freeze gonna go down. The first frag to the Ukrainians. Na'Vi picking up Freeze, but will it matter? Because we have Colts in the hands of the remaining Fnatic players. Train is a very long distance game, and they don't have anything but 4 Glocks and 1 USP. So still Fnatic will probably go down and win this round, but any frag counts at this level. You don't want to give away any frag, any money to the opponent team. A bit sloppy play from Freeze, but I'm sure his teammate will be able to seal this down to Sweden. Danish mix in Fnatic, winning the second round.
I think it was really good by the Na'Vi guy just peeking over that box, making Freeze to shoot his bullets like over the box, but it couldn't really hit him. So when the 5 guys came, he was out of ammo.
It was a bit of a swarming there towards the Danish Fnatic player, Freeze. He lost his USP, but yeah, as you mentioned, it probably doesn't really matter. Na'Vi attacking bomb site B, hoping to get the plant. Modi carrying and connecting well with the Colts, finishing off Na'Vi. 1 guy remaining in Ukraine. Edward, that is, going down to Exist. We see the second round going to Fnatic 2-0, taking the important lead here at CT on D-Train, also winning Dust 2, the previous map. So will Train be the final map of this final, you think?
We'll see. Fnatic certainly has a good start now with the pistol round. Pistol rounds are obviously very important, but now we see a gun round here from Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's surely very early to take any conclusion about this outcome of the game. Still very early. You're seeing Na'Vi spreading out on yard, preparing an early peek with Sevs.
Sevs spots a guy there.
Bad positioning from Gux. He goes down to Sevs. Freeze replies with AWP kill, which he obviously saved up in the second round. 3-on-3 situation. Eva takes down Exist. Stark takes down Carrigan. And 2 Fnatic players remaining.
Freeze saw a guy there remain, but he missed his shot.
Modi coming on. What can Modi do about this situation? It's up to you now, Modi. Na'Vi playing it carefully. Modi same. Killing off Senya. 2-on-2 situation. This is going to be a huge round.
We'll see where the Ukrainians are now.
Bomb is planted. 35 seconds to go. Edward finding himself in the CT base, trying to stall the Fnatic players who need to defuse the bomb. If they do have a kit, that means 5 seconds defuse time. If they don't have 10 seconds. Freeze going down.
The AWP there. So it's all up to Modi now. 2-versus-1 situation.
And Edward takes down Modi to come back in the game. We are 1-2 now. Fnatic losing that important third round. They shouldn't do that because Na'Vi, they didn't have that much money. They didn't have enough grenades. But early peaks from Sevs and his teammates enabled Na'Vi to come back into this game. They look really great now. And I think Fnatic won't have enough money now to buy. What do you think about that, Holly?
No, I don't think so because Freeze spent his money on AWP. But yeah, looks like they will be buying anyway. Freeze with the Deagle and the other guys with guns.
Yeah, to be fair, I think buying at this point might be a solid decision because they know that only 2T remained, which means that if CT comes back and win this round, the tide will change. Fnatic will take the advantage once more. Yeah. But the Ukrainians seem to take no risks here, playing it very cautiously. Modi though connects on Sebs. 5-on-4 for Fnatic.
We see Gux aggressive here in main, and Navi, they're playing pretty cautiously. They could hear that the Fnatic had guns.
Yeah, I think the obstacle for Navi now is to synchronize an attack that is successful towards Jar, but will that happen? I mean, Fnatic is already in favor in a 5-on-5 situation. It's D-Train, one of the most one-sided map in the pool of Counter-Strike 1.6. Now 5-on-4. Will this happen for Ukraine? You need this round, Navi. Gux is being very aggressive. Kerrigan in a great position. Not picking up, Markelov goes down. Same does Gux to Edward. The bomb site is breached. Will we see a plant in the next seconds? Exist repeating. 2 frags from Exist, coming in huge. It's all down to Modi once more. Starix and Senya are the Navi players to win this round for them.
And Modi's sneaking here. Gets one.
Great beat from Modi. No, we cannot make it, losing the one-on-one situation to Senya. We will see Fnatic onto an eco. We have a draw score at 2-2. Yeah. Navi is about to take the advantage into this map.
So Fnatic pick up the first 2 rounds. Navi is back. Now the game is tied 2-2. And Fnatic will be saving, as you said. So we'll probably see a 3-2 score for Navi, which is a good turnout of this game.
For sure, for sure. T is, as we said just a minute ago, is the hardest side of Counter-Strike. It's so hard to get enough rounds to win a CT when you switch over, especially when you lose the pistol round. Fnatic won the pistol round in a very convincing manner. Same with the anti-eco they have, only losing 1 pistol. Freeze lost his USP. Navi then decided to buy successfully, making a comeback into this game, and it's probably about to take a lead if Fnatic is not making the perfect call, perfect rotation here. Seems that might be the case. Sevs is the scout for the team right now. He's looking for frags. Bringing off the 2 first players. Fnatic, Modi repeats. Getting an important USP frag. Try to pick up the AK but dies to Edward. Navi's playing this really smart. They don't lose too many rifles. They don't take too big risks. And they just slowly approach bomb site B, and they're gonna get the bomb planted here shortly. All right, 6th round is coming up. Navi has won the 3 past rounds. What has to happen in the camp of Fnatic right now?
I think they need Freeze to get this AWP going.
Or maybe even multiple AWPs.
Yeah, looks like Freeze has an AWP now. And Navi's moving out yard pretty quickly.
Yeah, Sevs shows a lot of confidence now, attacking yard. He's already reached quad. Will he find the defending CTs that might even be flashed? Bomb site is not breached yet. No frag exchange. 1 frag exchange. 5-on-4 situation for Fnatic.
They're very, very far towards the bomb site now. Edward is in the CT.
Frag exchange on yard. Exists. Speaking of Starks, we have a 4-on-3 situation. Make that 3-on-3. Modi goes down. Edward in the perfect spot here. Kerrigan repeats.
Now the bomb is in CT connection though, so we'll see. And Markelov spots a guy there behind the bomb train.
Fnatic knows that the bomb is down. So does Navi, of course. They're just trying to lurk around on the trains, trying to pick off Exist and Freeze that is hiding successfully so far. Bomb is in a quite awkward position now, because it's going to be tricky for him to pick it up. He decides to do it aggressively. Switching to AK. Senya picks off Freeze. It's down to Exist. 1-on-1. Can he make it? Yeah, he can! 1-2 situation for the in-game leader of Fnatic, making the score 3-3. Random applause for Exist, please.
Yeah, and he ended up in a pretty favorable position there. He got the first one, and then he backed away a bit. So Senya had to go into a very favorable angle for Exist. So.
Yeah, great game from Exist for sure, winning that important 1-2 situation. But Fnatic losing 4 rifles, 2 AWPs probably even. they are in a kind of difficult spot now because Na'Vi, they have stacked up a couple of thousand of grand US dollars now. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of grenades. They will be able to attack properly, whereas the Fnatic players, they are not in a perfect economical situation. We have AK in the hands of Exist, Famas for Karrigan.
Yeah, Famas for Gux as well, so they really need to win this round. Otherwise, they will have to save again.
So DSN, how do you defend on D-Train when you don't have the snipers?
How do I what?
Defend.
You have to be a bit more aggressive, I think, with your calls. Like we see Gux now, for example.
Edward picking off Modi. Not the start that Fnatic needed on this very important round. If they lose this, their money is reset. Na'Vi about to attack bomb site B. Markelov with his huge sniper. One of the best snipers in the world we're looking at right now. Second frag. 3-on-3 situation. Exist coming out huge.
Now it's post one.
Bomb is about to get planted. 35 seconds to go. The bomb site is breached. Fnatic needs to rotate now. They need to get the frags.
Markelov spots Freeze, misses 2 shots.
Tough situation for Freeze. No chance to win that round to Markelov and Sevs. And once more we see Ukraine, Na'Vi, the hope from the East, taking the lead in this D-Train game. 4-3 is the score. In which situation is Fnatic right now? What needs to happen? Obviously, they're not in a perfect money situation.
No, they've been buying with FAMASes, which is kind of hard. I think they need to save to get Freeze to play with its AWP.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really hard to say when you're actually winning a round. Then you're at like, when you win in the manner that existed with 1-2, everybody is like stuck at 3.3k, which is equal to a FAMAS and an armor. You cannot really call an eco at this early point.
Course not. But it's just unfavorable.
Yeah, it's unfavorable. Well, I wouldn't say it's unfavorable, but it's less likely that you will win the round. I do think that your percentage of winning a CT with armor and a rifle is still favorable. Yeah. You're probably looking at 60%. If you have AWP, it's probably 75%.
But I think Navi's doing a really good job. They're just playing slow, and they're doing it with good team play.
If we at the same time looking at the scoreboard, we see the leader of Fnatic Exist. He has been playing so well throughout this tournament, even in the Swedish Championship yesterday, leading his team 12-5 in score. In the camp of Na'Vi, we see Edward, the star player, with 8-5, but still very, very equal. Nice pick from Freeze. Didn't help much because Edward, the star player once more, kills him with a headshot from the AK-47. Sevs is complimenting Freeze for that nice headshot. Will we see another eco or will we see a buy, you think, Holly? What would you do if you were the leader here?
I don't know how much money they have actually, but depends.
Not that much, if you put it that way.
Looks like they will be saving again. And Fnatic won the pistol round, but since then, Na'Vi has taken over the game. Now it's 5-3.
Yeah.
And 5 rounds, in my opinion, is pretty damn good on train when you have so many rounds left to play.
But it makes me think, though, we've seen so many strong T-sides in the past. We've seen SK being like ridiculously strong as terrorists on train. It seems like the meta games have changed, so that T is actually likely to pick up 8, 9, 10 rounds. Same with Fnatic yesterday when they played SK. So I'm not quite sure which is the best side right now. I mean, back in the historically, CT has obviously been the strongest one, but
I think it depends a lot on the gun rounds as well, who wins the pistol round.
We do have a 2-on-3 situation in favor of Na'Vi, and they do have the rifles as well.
I think Karrigan is spotted here. He's in all the smoke.
Karrigan left by himself. 3 crazy Na'Vi players with AKs and AWP. Picking up the bomb and killing off Karrigan. 6-3, ladies and gentlemen, is the score. Terrorist is once more being very, very strong. Na'Vi 6-3. Fnatic needs some kind of miracle to come back in this matchup now, because obviously they are the leader. We cannot forget about that. They won Dust 2, which was the first map of this final. But now it feels like the Ukrainians, very experienced team, is about to pull off a comeback, potentially winning train.
Yeah, we see if maybe we have 2 AWPs here. Looks like Karrigan has an AWP. So yeah, we have 2 AWPs set up as CT, which is the first time in this game, I think. And maybe that will help Fnatic to get some rounds.
Yeah. At the same time, we're seeing a Na'Vi playing a standard round, which means very cautiously throwing some early grenades, trying to reduce the health points from the defenders. In this time, it's Fnatic, of course. Not so successful so far. The situation is still 5-on-5. Fnatic in perfect situation. Good positioning, great rifles. Will they be able to win the fourth round? They really need this round.
And we see Navi doing the same thing as Fnatic did yesterday versus SK, which is taking over the tunnels towards B2. So Fnatic doesn't have a peak there, which is really good because now Fnatic is guessing.
Yeah, the rotation goes pretty bad when you manage to take over the tunnels. Bomb site B is breached. First frag to Edward, picking up the Karrigan. I don't think Karrigan expected him to see him there. Markelov with the second frag. 4-on-3 situation in favor of Navi. Starks picks off Freeze. Gux repeats, replies on Markelov. 2-on-3 situation. Another round goes to Navi. What is happening for Fnatic right now, Holly? And what is it Navi actually do good? I mean, how are they playing to make it so perfectly? It looks so easy.
Yeah, I think they're just doing a really good job at taking the tunnels towards B2, as I said. And Fnatic, they're not really sure where the attack is coming because they're playing pretty passively on yard with the AWPs, so it's difficult.
Quick round coming up for Starix and Navi. Getting the first frag of Exist, second on Gux, 5-on-3. Nice knife from Markelov. Second frag from Markelov. 8-3. So far, Fnatic has pretty much only won the pistol round, being very, very unprepared for the attacks from the Navi team.
Yeah, and as I said, it looks like Fnatic playing SK yesterday, in a sense, doing a lot of B2 slow attacks and the occasional yard rushes.
Obviously, we have a pure weapon round coming up here. We're going to have a sniper battle between the giants of each team, Markelov and Freeze. Another slow round. It seems to be the receipt that Navi goes for when they know that Fnatic has bought.
Yeah, we saw Navi throwing grenades towards the 6th train there to damage a Fnatic player potentially moving up towards tower. Don't know if it worked. We'll see here.
2 rounds ago, we saw that they took over the tunnels and decided to attack B. Will we see a different approach this time, taking over the tunnel but maybe rotate and attack A?
We see Fnatic playing a bit different now, a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, Gux is very aggressive at his position right now. Same with Exist.